Chapter 1, Beneath the Window. Ophelia Street it existed way back then in a time and place that seems as distant today as America in the Jazz Age. I'm writing this now, some 30 years on, with all the embellishments of imagination to fill the gaps of memory. Ophelia Street was a no-through road, a huddle of houses, obscured from sight in North London in the year 1970. A place that had seen better and grander times, like a once fine ocean liner slumped on a deep sea bed, giving sustenance to the creatures swimming in the darkness. In January, we used to say you saw Ophelia Street in its natural colours. Winter grey hung like a fog. Window boxes lay dormant. Through net curtains, watery bulbs gleamed. And every so often, it rained. Ophelia Street, the pre-Raphaelite fancy of its Victorian builders, mocked its current mediocrity. Ophelia Street, with Hamlet Close, a tired collection of houses which frowned upon romanticism, a cul-de-sac with a dirty yard leading off it. An air of boredom had seeped into the very bones of the street, boredom that in better times might have called itself ennui. And within the confines of the street, the inmates were forever restless, straining to burst free from its hold. Yet it was not that easy to escape. The mental chains that confined them once confined earlier generations. Ophelia Street was a home, a prison. I was struggling to make it my home, my first proper job since arriving in London. I'd come down from university a few months earlier, a provincial newcomer to London, and I'd got a job as a journalist on a local paper. I was simply learning my trade, the trade of reporting, and all the skills that I believed went with it. Ophelia Street for this year became my featured subject, my training course. By Ophelia Street, I mean the people who lived there in the houses next to me, for the most part unaware even of my existence, because I was young and unimposing and content to look on from the sidelines. I didn't really touch their lives, but they touched mine. I got to know them a little at first by the shallow contact of nodding acquaintance, then to know them more deeply as time passed. Through observation and investigation, my developing journalistic skills, and then, I must admit, through the exercise of my imagination, I fleshed them into the people you will read about. But I swear it is true. Even with the hindsight of 30 years, this is the place and these are the people that I knew then. The words I wrote then and that I revisit now are the relics and artifacts brought to the surface from that sunken period. Through them, the people remain alive. Some of those people, perhaps even the ones I got to know best, I hardly exchanged words with at the time. But that is the way I am, as well as the way they were. Take us for what we are and were.